Chisom White, the boastful OGBONI cultist, thug, and a violent thief was arrested for armed robbery. He was freed by praising him to high heaven, even as majority of them lived below poverty line. What baffled me most about the fool was when he took 500 million naira without appropriation. Aminu Tambouwal, the then mayor of Sokoto, went a market drinking from the same unhealthy water into which they dumped their urine and feces, hoping that he would support his ill-fated presidential ambition Indiana 2023, from which he received a spine-breaking betrayal as Aminu Tambouwal, as is traditional with the mostly nepotistic FULANIS, lined behind Atiku Abubakar, his fellow Fulani, to win the 2023 PDP presidential NORMINAL. He is a criminal and a rogue whose fall will be so catastrophic. Smart Madu Ajaja, convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite.
Hello, good morning, the people of the world. My name is Smart Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now and Matters Arising on ONN. How are you guys doing today? I trust you're doing great. Yes, it's Thursday, beautiful sunny day here in Houston, Texas, United States of America. Please join us from wherever you are. It is 11:02 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston. All right, so we are expecting a great number of people as we're going to be talking about something very, very important that impacts every part, every country on the surface of the earth. As usual, we welcome first-timers to our channel, and from our heart, we love you, for taking your time to stop by here, among millions of channels on YouTube, to find us, in a way, want to listen to what we say. We say thank you very much to our returning subscribers and members. We thank you. We can't thank you enough, because without you, we won't be where we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those who have not joined our membership, we call on you to click on the join membership button and be part of our movement. Support us to help us expand our mission, to help us support people, to help us acquire all that we need to continuously bring out great content that will be impactful, to everybody who comes here. So we say thank you. Today we are going to be talking about patriotism. Yes, patriotism, citizenship, nationhood, and responsibility. Yes, and this message is for citizens from around the world. What is patriotism? Patriotism means love for country. Yes, love for country. And any country where there is no love, countries like that don't move forward. So citizens are expected to love their countries. Please, to help us increase our presence, to help us get to that point where YouTube will continually recommend us. We implore you to like this stream, share it, and then bring more friends. And if you wish to, contribute, by phone, you can call us. The number to call us is +1 713 281 5435. Once again, the number is +1 713 281 5435. You can call us via WhatsApp and contribute, your quota to this. So we are talking about patriotism. Patriotism is love for one's country. Your country is like your mother. Your mother that nurtured you for 9 months in her womb. Your mother that stayed with you, who breastfed you, who taught you the very first few words. Yes, the house. The mother who took care of you, who gave you those baths, who fed you, either on formula or her breast milk and all that. And what do? You have an emotional relationship with that mother. You have a bond, very strong bond with that mother and other members of the family, including the father who put that thing, you, inside your mom, that lasted for 8 months, and then you were born. And then remember, when you were born, something happened. You may not know. And that is why when you grow up, you will start asking questions. When you were born, at the point of birth, the Almighty living God gave you a set of rights. And that set of rights was meant to be your compass, your navigator in your lifetime. And those rights include the right to your life. Yes, right to life. Right to choice. Yes, every man has got the right to decide his destiny. Right to freedom of expression. Speak out when it matters most. Yes. Right to freedom of expression. Right to freedom of association. So it means you have right to have friends. Yes. All right? And then collaborate with people for the greater good of the world, your community, your environment, and wherever you are. Right to freedom of worship. Yes, there's the spiritual angle of that right. Right to worship the Almighty God in whatever form you deem fit. Yes. And then the right to self-determination, that you can be whatever you want to be. Yes. Yes, if you can dream it. Those are those basic human rights. You see, the genesis, all right, conception, nurtured inside, brought out, given this massive rights by the Almighty God. Your parents were there from infancy to kindergarten. You went to elementary school. You went to high school. You went to college. You graduated. Yes, people made it happen. People endowed by the Almighty God that you were presented to as a member of their family. And then from then, you got acquainted with your community. From community, get acquainted with your state. From your state, you got acquainted with your country. Yes, country. That gives you the identity. Yes, I am Nigerian, I am American, I am Mexican, I am Canadian, I'm South African, and all that. Those are your countries. And those are the identity that you carry. Yes. That's the identity you carry. All right? Thank you very much. So this is what we are talking about today. Patriotism. So a mother who did all this for you. Your father who was there at the birth, who provided everything for you. What do? Do you love him or you hate him? I love mine because they were good. They were great. They did everything. They prepared me for the role that I'm playing today for Nigeria, Africa, and the world. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. Much love. I love you too. And Jordan, thank you very much for joining. Yeah, sincere appreciation. Please share this message. So today we are talking about patriotism. Patriotism means love for countries, love for your country, love for my country. I am Nigerian. I love Nigeria. I live in the United States, and I hold a dual citizenship of Nigeria and the United States. I love America because America provided me a room, the enabling environment to express myself. So my love for the country cannot be quantified. Where I was born was Nigeria. Yes, I love the country. I love her so much, like I love my father and my mother. So we expect that citizens of countries should love their countries. Now, we have all this foundational part of it. Right? It started with your mom and your dad getting together, and then a pregnancy ensued. You were in your mother's womb for 9 months, some 8 months, depending. And then you came out to the welcoming hands of your father and your mom. All right? They nurtured you. Yes, they nurtured you, they fed you, they gave you baths. You became a kindergarten. They started taking you to school. From there to elementary school. From there to high school. They were there. You go to sports, they were there for you. They do everything, they were there for you. What do you do in return? Love. Love. And as the time went on, the mission expanded. You came to know about your country. And that is where the word patriotism came from. Love for one's country. That is patriotism. So today, who is watching me, the thousands of you who are going to be watching me today, do you love your countries? Do you love your countries? I want to hear some yes. Yes. Do you love your countries? I love mine. And that is why I'm happy to speak to the issues. That is why I am happy to rally my fellow compatriots to do the same thing, so we can have a country that we all can be proud of. Are you proud of your countries? Are you proud of your countries? Are you proud of who you are? Are you proud of what you represent? Today is a moment for that. You know, the whole world is converging in New York, you know, and at the General Assembly of the United Nations. In fact, that was the message I was going to preach today, before something came up that pointed me in the direction of sending this message. Love for country. If you cannot love your country, you cannot be a responsible citizen of that country. And patriotism comes with a lot of responsibilities. Now, having understood your basic human rights, like I read that, and I'm going to repeat again: right to life, right to choice, right to freedom of expression, right to freedom of association, right to worship, and right to self-determination. Now, with all these basic rights right in your hands, yes, there's an extra right that are given to you as citizens or as a citizen of any country. And that is the right to the citizenship of that country. So that the right to the citizenship of your country gives you a right to the ownership or part ownership of that country. It means that you are a stakeholder in that country. And this understanding of this right makes it easier or possible for you to understand that as a citizen of that country, you have right to live lawfully in any part of that country without fear or of being asked questions that are not supposed to be asked, or make demands that are not supposed to be made from all of citizens of that country. Yes. So there are responsibilities associated with the citizenship of your country. And one of those responsibilities is your commitment to the good of the country, unconditionally and at all times. Yes. Just a second. This disruption. Yes. So you are, as a citizen of your country, you are supposed to stand up for the country at all times, not sometimes, in good and in difficult conditions. Yes, in good and in bad conditions. And what does your country expect of you? You understand that you are a stakeholder of that country. And so you are obligated to the good of that country. What does that mean? It means that the country is for you to protect and defend at all times. I am talking about defending the country, not defending politicians, defending the state. Yes, your allegiance is to the country. Your allegiance is to the state, not to the government. Did you hear that? There is a difference between the state and the government. The state is that cabin that will never go away. The state is that land that has everything in it for you to explore. Yes, the state is That place that has all the rivers that you must prevent, you must protect against being polluted, so that the aquatic life in them will continue to live for you to enjoy. It means also that the economy of the country must be protected and defended against being looted by individuals. Yes, citizens like you, fellow citizens like you, that we work with either internal and external forces. So you have to defend the natural and mineral resources, which is the bedrock of the economy of that country. So you must defend it. All right? It comes responsibility. Yes, citizenship, patriotism, nationhood comes with a lot of responsibilities from the citizens. Yes, otherwise we won't have great countries like the United States, where I live and from where I am sending this message to citizens around the world. Yes, you won't have a great place like the United Arab Emirates. Yes, that has made Dubai the hub of business for citizens from around the world. You won't have great countries like Saudi Arabia. Yes, that is making things better and better and better every day. Yes, they stand from patriotism. You have a great country like German. Yeah, the German machine. Yes, people who build their country. Yes, people who defend their country. Yes, patriotism. Patriotism. You won't have countries where terrorists roam and do as they please unchallenged, if the citizens of those countries are not patriotic. You will never have it. Yes, you will never have it. Yes, you won't have countries with the best rail system and road network with 24-hour electricity supply. If the citizens are unpatriotic and don't understand the importance of aligning those with abilities, competency, yes, courage to do great things, knowledge, and exceptional content and strength of character in saddle as leaders. Oh my God, where am I going? Without patriotism, there will be no access to opportunities for the generality of citizens. When citizens understand that a country is theirs, they do everything to protect that country because they are stakeholders. So they must have to defend their space or their spaces, defend their stakes in their countries. So if you understand the power of patriotism and your rights to the citizenship of your country, you will never be an accomplice of anything that will destroy that country. You will never go to sleep when your fellow citizens of that country will be destroying the country. You're going to tell them, hey, wait a minute. This is our country. This is my country. I am a stakeholder. I'm a child of this country. I will not allow you undermine the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of my country. I will not allow you to undermine the economy of this country, my country, for your own selfish benefit, in a manner that put the general population at risk of destruction. Yes. You will never be any part of any sabotage against that country. I'm going somewhere. Yes. Patriotism. 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 Patriotism is the single thing that makes a country great. Patriotism is the thing that make educational system in a country work, because the drivers of the state, those who work for the good of their country, we ensure that their systems are intact and that their systems are insulated against destruction by either fellow citizens or those who connive with external forces to undermine their countries. Yes. Patriotism inspires citizens to go to lengths to explore ways of making their countries better and better on all fronts, just like the United States is, just like Germany is, yes, just like Kuwait is, just like United Arab Emirates is, just like Canada is, just like everywhere that is progressive on the surface of this earth is. They make researches continually ongoing. They build healthcare delivery systems that is insulated against sabotage. Yes, they create the type of economy that will provide free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to citizens. Yes. And that is why you hear in some countries the unemployment rate is 0. It takes patriotism. And it takes 2 people to demonstrate this art of patriotism: the leadership and the led. The leadership has to love its country, and the citizens follow through. And the citizens have to be conscious of their rights as human beings, conscious of their rights as citizens of their country, conscious to the extent that they can hold their leadership roundly and squarely accountable at all times, with one sentiment: that their countries must continually be great. They know what to do to lock criminals out of the corridors of power in their countries, because they are destroyers. Citizens who are unpatriotic cannot build anything. Leaders who are unpatriotic cannot build anything. Leaders who cannot rise up in defense of their countries cannot do any good. Leaders who decide that they want to be puppet to imperial powers cannot do anything good. The catalyst of national development must always come from within. Citizens must always ask themselves questions. Citizens must always be prepared to explore their environment. Countries are not just handed over to you. Look at what is inside your country. Yes, You must. And that is the essence of patriotism. Where does your patriotic instinct take you, if not making your country better? Citizens and leaders who understand about today and who can dream and envision for tomorrow and leave a legacy for the next generation that will challenge them to be even better citizens and leaders. Yes. Hey, Michael Jordan, thank you very much. Sarah, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Yes. Bad leaders are bomber-clad. And bomber-clad don't do anything good. And that is why nobody should tolerate them. They set humanity back because they have no love. Leaders who have love will go to any length to do great things for their countries. Now, let me digress a little bit. I want to pin something to the country of my birth, the country called Nigeria, where I was born some 63 years ago. I was born 63 years ago in a little village called Abavo in a delta state of Nigeria. When I was born, the environment was great. My immediate community was great. Everybody knew everybody. The love was like something you can touch it. Very progressive people. From there, I came into the elementary school. We were taught strong moral values. Very strong moral values. Very, very strong moral values. Weaved around love for one another. The environment from which I came was agrarian. I spent a lot of time with my siblings and my parents in the farm. They taught us hard work. You saw it. You had no choice but to be a part of it. Yes. We grew up to the point where Nigeria started having a problem. A military coup d'etat took place with the intention of saving the country that was derailing a few years after independence. A few years after independence, Nigeria started derailing because some unpatriotic elements came to hijack the country. And before we knew it, the country slided into what they said was civil war. But being a child of the time, I knew it wasn't. With my knowledge of the history of Nigeria, I know it was a genocide. And since then, Nigeria has not been the same. And as I stand here, I can tell you point blank that Nigeria is derailing very dangerously. We don't have a country anymore. Because those who have led the country to this minute were all unpatriotic. They didn't have love for the country. They didn't have love for the people. The only love they had was the love for self-aggrandizement. The only love they had has been love for stealing every resource in the country. Put them in their pocket with their foreign collaborators. A country that was said to be the giant of Africa is today a rundown country. That is where I come from. That's where I was born. Thank God that I'm here. Yes, perhaps maybe I would be dead by now. Because a lot of the life expectancy of Nigerians has reduced to less than 40 years. That is how dangerous things are. As we speak right now, millions of Nigerians, I am telling you, millions of Nigerians go to sleep on empty stomachs, no food to eat, massive youth unemployment, infrastructural collapse, the economy has collapsed, educational system nothing to write home about, healthcare delivery system non-existent. Yes, there are no roads in Nigeria as we speak. Not enough road to handle the growing population of well over 250 million people because of the tragedy of leadership brought about by men and women who are unpatriotic and who have infested the general population with unpatriotism. Now, the greatest concern for Nigerians is what I'm going to eat right now. And nobody cares about the country anymore because they have been wired to not care about anything. But right now, because of the level of troubling poverty in the country, that is the situation we are in. And that is what lack of patriotism causes. How dare you not love your country? And you want the country to be like Canada. Nigerians want their country to be like America. They want their country to be like Germany. Yes, they want their country to be like Saudi Arabia. Without work, without plan. Now I'm challenging the Nigerian people today that you will never, your situation will get worse until you stand up to the monsters destroying your country. You know them. They are familiar evil spirits. They come from your tribes. They are members of your religious sect. And you feel like you can't do anything about them. I tell you, there's something you can do about them. When you become patriotic, patriotism respects no boundary. When you are a citizen of a country, patriotism respects no religious boundaries. It respects no tribal boundaries. It respects no regional boundaries. It respects no partisan political boundaries. His country first and every other thing secondary. Sadly, we don't have that. The founding fathers of Nigeria were not honest about building a country. They were more interested in holding the people hostage. Yes, only one showed flashes of being a nationalist. But the two other major ones were saboteurs. They sabotaged his effort. And then they beat him back, got him frustrated into becoming a tribalist. What a country. And then those who followed did not see any reason to change the trajectory. Yes, they continued building on that trajectory of division, hate, mischief, and bigotry that became progressive to the extent where we are right now, that the citizens of the country have no faith in their country. And when you have no faith in your country, what happens? The country collapses. I am sad to announce that Nigeria is a collapsed state. I am sad to tell you that Nigeria is a failed state as it stands so. No country on earth is as badly governed as Nigeria is, regardless of its massive mineral, natural, and human resources. Nigeria is failed because of the tragedy of leadership and because of the state of unconsciousness of its people. My brothers and sisters who are Nigerians watching me right now, I ask you these questions. What has tribalism done for you? Tell me one good thing it has done for you. What has religious nationalism done for you? Name 2 things that it has done for you. What has your regional bigotry done for you? Tell me one that it has done for you. And then what has your divisive partisan political division done for you? Absolutely nothing. Am I right or wrong? Tell me that I'm right or wrong. Why, after 64 years, are we still talking about rotational presidency? That if the North takes it for 8 years, it has to return to the South. South of what? North of what? What has the North done beyond poverty? Massive poverty. Pulsating poverty. Yes, 95% of the poverty that is holding Nigeria back is the poverty coming from the north of Nigeria. In the south of Nigeria, what have you done? Poverty has taken over the place right now. Because we have men and women who don't care. We have men and women whose mission is only to come and steal. They call it national cake. Now there's no more cake. What we have now is chaos. What we have now is bloodletting. What we have now is terrorism. What we have now is banditry. What we have, people kidnapping and raping our women. Yes. People occupying our country, our territories, our farmlands are occupied as we speak. And now there's massive food insecurity in our country. Young graduates who graduated as far back as 8 years ago and even more have no jobs. Even medical doctors can't boast of having a good jobs in Nigeria, because the whole system is run down. Government is the owner, the employer, the highest employer of labor. The private sector is run by criminals. The Dangotes, the Elumelus, the Otedolas. They have been the ones holding our country hostage. They own the banks. The bank charges Nigerians for every little transaction. The country is populated by criminals. Yes, at this National Assembly of criminals. Judiciary, those who sell justice. Yes, executive, populated by drug dealers, certificate forgers, and identity thieves, and terrorists. Have you heard a country where a drug dealer is the president of his country? Maybe Escobar. Yes. Have you heard it? A convicted drug dealer, convicted here in the United States, prosecuted, and he paid nearly 500,000 US dollars in restitution before he was asked to leave the country. For whatever reason, I don't understand why they did not put him behind bars. A man who single-handedly was part of the reason Gary, Indiana, where Michael Jackson was born, was destroyed. Go to Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana has been a shadow of itself. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the rogue president of Nigeria, operated between Gary, Indiana and Illinois, selling drugs in commercial quantities. His commercial drug sales led to the destruction of thousands of families and perhaps millions of children whose parents became drug addicts, died away from it, and you know the poverty that comes with it. They are not recovering. A criminal who ought to be in The Hague, prosecuted as a war criminal because he was a war man. He destroyed lives. How America let him go? how America let him go. And why the United States is still dragging his feet on releasing his FBI record is something that has defied explanations. We don't know why. Yes, even when the courts here have said, give us the access, they are not. This is sad. A drug dealer cannot be patriotic. Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot be patriotic. He cannot be an example that sane citizens will emulate. Kashim Shettima, his vice president, is a terrorist with ties to Boko Haram. And let me shock you, it was in his house, that those who bombed the United Nations building in Abuja, Nigeria in 2011 were arrested. Yes, this is the sadness of Nigeria. In the house of the rogue vice president of Nigeria today was the place where those who committed that mayhem, that heinous crime of bombing the United Nations building in Abuja, Nigeria, it was in his house they were arrested. And guess what? Today, he was at the United Nations General Assembly delivering a message on behalf of Nigeria. And do you see why? Do you see why? Do you see why the United Nations should be dismantled? Just like President Donald Trump said it, that the United Nations is a disappointment. Since 1945, what have they completely achieved? Everywhere in Africa is on fire. Yes, people are dying in Quantum in Africa. In Democratic Republic of Congo, a quarter of the country is in an IDP camp, internally displaced people's camp. Yes, that is Democratic Republic of Congo. You tell me that you are United Nations? What are you uniting? Are they not aware of what is taking place in Nigeria? That the country has been taken over by terrorists and bandits. Yes, who are using sophisticated ammunitions, weapons to kill our people, to drive them from their homesteads and occupying their lands with nobody doing anything. Where is the United Nations? Where is the United Nations? Today, a terrorist is standing on the podium on behalf of Nigeria, speaking to the General Assembly of the United Nations. The United Nations, who see the mayhem going on everywhere, including the mayhem going on in the Palestine. They cannot bring the two parties in this conflict together to find a lasting solution.
Hello, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
Pretty good. Do you need any help?
No, I'm good. All right.
Could you park right here?
Okay.
Are you waiting on somebody?
Yeah, I'm waiting on someone.
Could you park in a parking spot?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So, the United Nations is a failed organization. Yes. That is supposed to be disbanded this minute. They have failed the world. They have failed everybody. Yes. There is no basis for the existence, for the continued existence of the United Nations with the failure that they represent. What are they doing for the people of the world? Absolutely nothing. They sent them to Congo. They sent them to Congo. What did they do in Congo? They started stealing minerals. Yeah, these were supposed to be people who were sent to protect Congolese from being murdered, even in an IDP camp. United Nations operatives, they started making money, selling diamond, buying and selling diamond. Yes, that organization deserves to be dismantled. Now is the time. The people of the world, you see, patriotism is so important. Patriotism is so important to the development of every country. We lack it in Nigeria. We lack it essentially in most parts of Africa. We need it now, because that's the only way we can have access to the type of leadership that we deserve. The access to building a genuine and a loving country. Without patriotism, you can't go any far. Yeah, lack of patriotism is the reason Nigeria is stuck the way it is right now. That is why Nigeria is in the hands of criminals. That's why Nigeria is in the hands of rogues at all levels, not just in one place. Yes, Nigerians, the way it is right now, because of the massive poverty in the country, they will do anything because the people are on the edge. Young people will do any and everything because, hey, sorry about the disruption. Yeah. So, patriotism, there's nothing like it. That's the only way countries grow and develop. That's the only way. That's the only way there is peace and security. Yes, when the people are patriotic, they love their country, they will do everything to protect that country. Yes, when the people understand that they are stakeholders in their country, that they are part owners of their country, they will go any length, yes, to fight those who do any and everything to destroy the country. Yes, this is what Nigerians are not doing. Yes, Nigerians don't understand the concept of patriotism. They don't understand the meaning of patriotism. They don't think that they should love their country. Instead, they will tell you, what has Nigeria done for me? Have you seen a thing like that? What has Nigeria done for me? Nigeria has done so much for you. And every country has done so much for every citizen of those countries. One, the space that it gives you. Secondly, the identity it gives you is more than enough. You are supposed to be giving back to that country. You cannot, through your unpatriotic act, deplete the country and still turn around to ask anything from that country. It is a collective responsibility. It is our job. And that is why some of us are the way we are. They say we are crazy. They say we are unpatriotic, even as we speak truth to our country. Yes, even as we reject criminality, yes, reject all those things that make the world look at Nigerians as criminals. Yeah, those people, they have found a way to manipulate us, our people. They use hunger, they use poverty, they deprive them of everything. And then what do you expect? The type of Nigeria that we have. That got to change right now. And I'm telling you, Nigerian who is listening to me, if we don't work, if we don't understand that we are stakeholders in that country, if we don't understand that we have rights, first as human beings, and two, rights as Nigerians, and three, responsibilities that we owe Nigeria, a duty, Nigeria will not go anywhere. We will die en masse. You see what is taking place right now, right? The criminals are having a feed day. They shut you up. They use your armed forces to abuse you. Yes, it never happens anywhere. It never happens anywhere. No country uses its army to repress its own people. Yes, because the country is in the wrong hand. Yes, who use the army, whose operatives don't understand their basic human rights. They don't understand their responsibility, their constitutional duty to defend the state of Nigeria and not defend the government and its drivers. That is why you see the likes of a General Musa. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know patriotism. He doesn't know his job as a soldier. He doesn't know that his job is to protect Nigeria and not to protect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even as he sees him destroying our country. He sees him and his accomplices here destroying our country. Yeah. If they knew their responsibilities as soldiers, they won't allow the likes of Gumi and Saad Abubakar, the fake Sultan in Sokoto, to the criminals, with the terrorists, with bandits, killing and hunting down our people. Yes, that is what lack of patriotism, the lack of understanding of patriotism lead to that. So we must today learn to separate our understanding of government from the understanding of state. They are two different things. The state is our duty to fight against destruction. But we open the state for destruction in Nigeria. And that is why they think that the government is right. Government is a group of people who come with intention, hopefully, sadly, that's to the contrary, to do good. Yes, government is a machinery through which the state of the machinery, through which the will of the state is formulated, expressed, and realized. Through which the will of the state is formulated, expressed, and realized. Now, can you say that of Nigeria? Where is the will of Nigeria? What is being formulated for Nigeria? What are we realizing as Nigerians? This is the reason why we must stand up now. As stakeholders, as citizens, and as responsible citizens of Nigeria. And they are responsible citizens of any country where we are having the same type of problem in Nigeria. Rise up, and take your countries back. Rise up. Join us here at ONN. Yes, join the ONN movement. For Nigerians, join the Open Nigeria movement. Open Nigeria Now movement. So we can save our country. With this, we come to a close of this live stream. And I thank all those who took their time to be a part of it. It's a lot of comments here, right here. But I tell you this from my heart and on behalf of ONN. We love you guys. And for those of you who subscribe today, we can't thank you enough. For those of you who are contemplating subscribing, please don't waste time. I am from Nigeria, head boy. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes. We represent a force for good. We are not driven by hate. We are not driven by racism. Yeah, we don't discriminate on the basis of race, religion. We are here for the people of Africa. We are here for the people of Nigeria. And we are here for the people of the world. Yes. So feel free at all times to join us whenever you see us online. I can't thank you guys enough. But please do us a favor. We need to grow, and we have been growing very steadily and organically too. Your one subscription here is like $1 million to us. So why not give us some subscription today? One subscription by any of you is viewed upon as giving us $1 million. Yes, search your heart, from your heart of heart. If you like what we are doing, what we represent, please subscribe to our channel. We love you. Yes. Can I ask a serious question? Go ahead and ask your question before I close it out. I will answer you. Hurry up. Ask the question. No question is stupid. We answer you how you position your question. We are not scared of anyone because we are doing the right thing. And then citizens are supposed to stand up for their countries. The citizens are supposed to stand up for their rights. So go ahead and bring your questions before we go. Much love. So subscribe like never before. And above all, join our membership. Be a part of something. Be a part of something. Join our membership. Your membership will help us grow. And then we reward members, we celebrate members. I sing Bob Marley, subscribe, to our channel, join our membership. Help us grow. Help us reach our goal. Help us be able to reach to the people of the world, because that is where we lie. All right, okay. All right, Chuko, Chuko Snowy. Now your question was, or is, do you think, or do you feel or think that America will be under Sharia law one day, like England is about to be? Well, my brother or my sister, I don't think so. Well, unless the American people choose to become, to be under Sharia law, that will be a choice that they have to make. But I don't see that in any foreseeable future. Yeah, that is like asking, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, so I don't think so. Not in this generation. I don't see that happening. All right, but if the Americans decide that they want to be led under Sharia law, that would be a choice. But I will be one of those who will be making a choice. And then my choice is that we will not be led under Sharia. Does that answer your question? Britain did in Africa, so I'm not surprised if that happens in Britain. That is their business. Yes. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Chuku, America was a British colony. America did a smart thing and left the British alone, left the British imperial forces alone, British Empire. They came because they were patriotic. See, this is why I'm talking about patriotism. Some people came, one person started it. I started asking a question. Why do we have to be under these people? Why should they be coming to collect taxation from America? America is a big land, so why can't we build our own country? The Americans at the time chose to become sovereign. They removed themselves from the control of the British Empire. And once that happened, the British Empire collapsed because America has so much power. And it's the same power that America has, that Nigeria has. Sadly, Nigeria is not using it. Nigeria with over 250 million people, with all the resources, still allow Britain to come and control them. But we are working hard. We will take over our country. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you, the people of the world. Thank you. And I'm so happy with the recognition the state of Palestine is receiving. Let them be their own country and build their country and end that madness there. So that's the only way the problem there can be solved. Bye for now. Much love. And again, before I leave, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do us this favor. Do me this favor. Show me some love, man. Show me love for what I've been doing. Just, click the subscription button and then say, hey, we are with you. Even if you disagree with us, we need people who don't agree with us at all times, because we need this variance of opinion in order to continue to have this conversation and engagement. Hopefully, when we agree, convinced that the choice we made is the right one. Bye for now, and much love.